Hi, in this episode we're going to be talking about the Saramonic UWMIC9. This video I will try my best not to repeat everything that you guys seen on YouTube previously, so this won't be just one more Saramonic video doing a review of the same exact things that you guys are tired of watching, right? So Saramonic on this particular model, they are mimicking the Sony UWP D16. As you can see, they're all made of metal. They also share the same decoration with the yellow window on the LCD display and everything, which is great. The only problem that I'm having with this unit is reliability, because this unit is acting a little crazy. And by the way, this is the second unit that I have. I just exchanged this with Saramonic with my previous purchase of the same exact product. So this is why this video, the one I'm making right now, is worth watching, because the other guys, they don't cover what I'm about to cover here. So this is the unit that I fully trust, because this unit has no audio dropouts of any kind, but this unit is like light years away from price. The Saramonic, this is the thing here. The sound is great. It comes with a decent size lavaliere microphone. Here's the UWP mic, the UWP D16 series, which is slightly smaller. This is still a larger phone, but if you remove this, the lavaliere itself is quite acceptably small. The other downside that I see on the Saramonic lavaliere microphone is because the sound for human voice, it's on a bassy kind of side, which I don't really like, especially when you mix the Sennheiser, the Sonys. The high frequencies are okay. I mean, it's good, it sounds beautiful, but it's a little bassy to my taste.
Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir, v'nizkeh kulanu mehera le'oro, Baruch ata Adonai, Yotzer HaMe'orot. I want to share with you a few brief words. It's wonderful to be with you this morning, to celebrate with you and your family. You're becoming a bar mitzvah.
V'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
So again, I like this unit. I am keeping, and I also recommend you to buy this unit, especially if you have a large group of talents to mic. For example, a large interview in a studio with, like, 10, 12 people mic'd up. If you want to go with this, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. So the advantage of the Saramonic is because this costs 1/4 or 1/5 of the price of the Sony that I use, right? So the only problem that I have here is what this unit is going to do, because I'm having some serious audio dropouts on this unit, and I'm not even getting close to the 330 feet outdoors as they specify on the specifications, and also the 200 feet indoors within some walls as an obstacle, right? So the problem that I'm having is, let's say that I'm gonna let the unit, I'm gonna do a clear scan here, a scan, let the machine scan for a frequency from me. Okay, great. And then it finds a channel, and then I'm gonna trust that. Tune to channel 26 and group 01 or whatever, yes. Okay, good. Then we pair the system, which all you have to do is get them close together with the infrared. There's no need to go upside down like that, as long as you see like this, because the infrared sensor is right where this LED is. I think is where the power or the RF IR is. So one test that I was doing with the unit in clean line of sight, with both antennas seeing each other, I could walk about 100, 200 feet, I think, outdoors, something like that. In meters was about 75 meters. And the unit didn't do any dropouts. And then when I decided to do the same test, let's perhaps choose another channel, another frequency, right? And guess what? The same exact test with the same exact setup, this unit dropped out audio in as close as 45 feet in range. And then I switched to the channel 19th, and then the channel 70 something. And then it was dropping out, the audio was dropping out in different distances. So I don't know if I can actually trust this thing, because if that does this on a wedding, I mean, you know, it's gonna sound, you know, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. So the way I'm going to use this unit here is for interviews, something that's not too far away from the camera, and then the system is going to sound great, other than This lavaliere that came with this unit is on the bassier side, which I don't like. Going back to the audio dropout issue was when I let the unit choose the frequency for me, and I also attempted manually to do so, which it is possible. I was having a variation between depending, let's say that I'm on channel 26 right now, and then the unit performed great. I also did a long walk about, I didn't get that 330 feet that they specify on the technical sheet, right? And also 200 feet indoors within the walls and everything. So I didn't get that, and this is my second exchange of this, my first exchange of this product. So what I'm holding in my hand is the version, is a replacement, okay, of the Saramonic 9 series here. So the system, in my opinion, is great for what it costs. Is really nice. The construction and everything of the unit is all made of metal and everything, good. The only thing that I'm scared to use this thing on a paid job, such as a wedding or a medical surgery or anything that you can't really do another take, right? Because it will sound very amateur if your video drops out audio. By the way, this is an exchange already that I have from Saramonic, because the previous UWMIC9, it was doing the same exact thing. And interestingly enough, the transmitter, I can feel it. There's a pinch somewhere on the antenna. It's not damaged. It's not exposing any wires, but I can feel a pinch. And it had a little scratch, tiny little scratch inside the LCD, not the outside plastic here, the inside LCD. And interestingly enough, the exchange item also came with the same little dent or pinch. It's a very slight pinch on the antenna, but you know, two products with the same exact issue and the same little scratch on the LCD inside. I'm not sure this is a cosmetic thing or what they do in the factory with this, because the receiver comes like intact, no cosmetic damages, or the antennas are perfect, right? This one here has a little something here. So this is questionable, the issues that I'm having here. So I was trying to do the same tests with both the units in clean line of sight, the antennas seeing each other. I walked a great distance, about 100, 200 feet, I think, I don't remember, it was far. And when I received my exchange unit, right, okay, I was like, yes, no more of that problem. And then I decided, let's go tune to another channel, let's run another scan on the unit. And I also tried it manually through different channels and group numbers here. And guess what? This audio dropped out at a distance of about 45, 55 feet away from the camera, sometimes 40. And then when I changed the channel number again, manually or auto scan, so what I'm trying to say here is, I don't know what this unit is gonna do. Will my audio drop out at 40 feet, 60 feet, 200 feet, 10 feet? I don't know. As soon as the subject turns around, especially if you have the transmitter inside the suit's pocket, and also the body, right? There's a lot of liquid, blood and water, and you know, so it facilitates audio dropouts on these units, you know. So when you put the receiver in a clean line of sight, it's less likely to drop out the audio. But when you start putting inside people's jackets and stuff, you're blocking the antenna somehow, especially when they turn around and the receiver, the transmitter is like they don't see each other anymore. So it's easy to explain. Number one is the price, how much this thing costs. Secondly, the science to this is a true diversity system, antenna A and antenna B on the same for the same transmitter, right? If the signal on the antenna A goes weak, this thing is going to switch on the speed of the light to the antenna B. You don't hear anything, you don't hear the antennas changing, but this goes A, B, B, A. So, and the Saramonic, however, has the ability to run two transmitters into the same receiver, but so does this. They make a model of this, not this one, but the receiver itself, that alone is going to cost you $1,000, but you're talking about the true diversity antennas, antenna A and antenna B, for each transmitter. So it doesn't matter which one is running on a weaker channel, antenna A or B, this receiver is going to take care of both. And this is also a digital system. And this is an analog system here. So in here, you have one single antenna for this and one single antenna for the transmitter number 2. Okay, so this is the difference. And this probably explains why I'm having the audio dropouts at X distances, you know, because again, this is a great unit. I love it, and it feels great in the hand. It looks professional, and the sound is pretty good for the price. The microphone over here, I wish it was a little bit less bassy, and I wish the high frequencies were a little bit crisper. So it's not muffled, but it sounds a little bit less crispy than the Sennheiser that I have. The audio that you're listening to right now is recorded with the Asden LT310, I believe. And this runs about the price of between the price of the Saramonic. This runs for $269 US with just the two, right? The Asden LT310 runs about close to $400, just the transmitter and the receiver. And these guys here run between $715 to $860, depending where you buy from. If you want to buy the one that tunes into two transmitters, it's going to cost you $1,700 with the whole kit of 3, okay? So, and other than that, it's great. So do I recommend this product? Yes, still I do. Just don't go far away with it. Don't risk anything that you might get yourself in trouble with. So buy a more expensive set of transmitters and receivers to get something that's far away. If you are on a huge cathedral shooting a wedding and you cannot afford to have a dropout audio on your video, so invest a little bit more money. This is the Sony UWP D16, which also comes with a plug-on transmitter for a condenser microphones, dynamic microphones, the XLR, right? But that plug-on transmitter supports 48 volt phantom power, which is amazing. So one thing I don't like about this transmitter here is because the clip, somehow it almost touches the battery door here. This will be on the receiver. The transmitter doesn't have that issue. Somehow it's too close to the door here, so sometimes it can actually jam up your opening or closing of the thing. So, and it's the same thing happened to my other previous UWMIC9 system. It almost touches or blocks the battery magazine from being, see, like I can't get it out. This can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. Now, I've seen a lot of people complaining that the battery magazine is on the cheaper side, that's made of plastic. That's not the case, because the Sony, this thing costs almost $800. This is also made of plastics, the same exact design as the Saramonic, which Saramonic also copied this magazine here. The reason why it's plastic, because you don't want any short inside, because metal against metal with the battery, I don't know. So it has to be plastic, and you also need that flexibility. For example, when you are ejecting your batteries, make sure I got my polarity right. So when you eject a battery like this, it's because of plastic. They fall like that. If it is metal, it's also going to scratch your battery here. So trust me, if this is made of plastic, it's because it's the best solution. I would not like to have this made of metal. I wouldn't. One other thing that I don't like about the Saramonic is because the output control on the receiver and transmitter, they are set to the same volume controls the headphone output and the output, the one that goes to your camera, either the 3.5mm jack here or the XLR thing. So if you want to hear a louder sound on this unit, you have to pump up the volume to a maximum of 30. It comes factory default as 27 when you reset the unit. And you got to remember to turn it down, turn the volume down to like 25, 26 when you're actually recording something. Now the Sony is a different story. It has the attenuator. It also has the volume control separate inside of the menu. The headphone has its own volume setting, how loud or how low you want, and also the output in decibels, you know, how loud the output you want independently. This is the first time I've ever seen a unit that combines the headphone out volume and the output to the camera volume by being the same. Now this is a very interesting thing right here. This is gonna crack you up. Can you believe the Saramonic didn't have in mind to put a decibel attenuator for the microphone here? Saramonic, this unit does not have the ability to attenuate the signal in decibels or volume of the lavaliere microphone. So when you put this in here, if the person that you are laving is speaking too loud, or the environment in general is too loud, there's no way to attenuate the gain of the microphone. Never seen this before. Every single transmitter that I ever owned, that I ever checked, that I ever touched, it has somehow a way to tone down the gain on the mic. So the ASDEN that I'm recording right now comes with a little screwdriver that you can actually turn it down, you know. So you can actually test when you want to shout on a mic. You don't want a clipping sound to come here, right? So that's when you calibrate the unit, so to avoid distortion. Because if distortion is coming from your transmitter, it arrives at the receiver already distorted. So at the Sony here, for example, they don't use the screwdriver, it's all digitally processed inside. What you do here is you just go to the transmitter, and then you go to the menu, and then it has your attenuation, 60 dBs, -3, -6, -24, you know, so you can actually attenuate the signal on the mic. This guy here, it is what it is. If it is too loud, God help you. So that's what it is. On the ASDEN, the same thing. You can actually lower the gain of the microphone. Hopefully this will be a software that can actually fix it. I believe it's not a hardware issue. It can be a software issue. All they have to do here is to insert a option on the transmitter menu to be able to lower the decibel in sensitivity of the lavaliere microphone. So if it is clipping, all you gotta do is go to the menu and turn it down. That's pretty much it. So to summarize everything here with the Saramonic, what I don't like is about the microphone being a little bit bassy. The fact that I cannot tell when exactly, what channel exactly this thing is gonna drop my audio, if it is 40 feet, 100 feet, 200 feet. And the problem with the clip here getting in the way of the battery, and also there's no attenuation on the mic. Other than that, it's a great system. All right, so what you're hearing right now is the actual Saramonic with everything original, the mic that came with it. The body pack transmitter is in my pocket right here. So occasionally I'm gonna be turning like this to see what the antenna does, you know, because it's no longer in a line of sight like this and like that. So the airplane mode is on, which means this phone is not transmitting anything, so there's no interference whatsoever with the system. And so I'm gonna be walking pretty decent distance where that white truck is right there, possibly more far away than that. So first of all, I wanna show you the how quiet the preamps on this are. I'm gonna be doing some quiet here so you can hear. It shouldn't be any tss or anything like that, so it sounds pretty good. Like I was saying, on the low frequency, it's a little bassy, and the high frequency sounds okay, but it should be, I mean, in my opinion, it should be a little bit more crispy than that, so I'm gonna start walking that way. So, as I was telling before, this was an exchange. This is the second Saramonic unit that I have, and so I got the unit exchange. So I made a test yesterday. The unit appears to be working, and then what happened was I decided to switch to the different channel, right? And then the audio started to drop out distance of, like, I wasn't even here. The thing was this distance, the sound was dropping out. So let's see how it's behaving right now. So I'm on channel 26, which I let the unit pre-select the best frequency that it thinks it's good. So I'm continuing to walk. Hopefully the audio did not drop out. Then I'm gonna come back there and do the same exact thing on a different channel. So I wanna show you guys how unreliable this unit can be. 7, 8, 9, about 80 meters. So that's pretty much the range that they told me that this transmitter will go, which is at 330 feet, should be about 90 meters. And indoor should be about 200 feet, something about 65, 70 meters. Now I'm gonna change the channel tune to another one. I'm gonna be doing the same exact test, just on a different channel to see what this is doing. So right now I'm on the channel 29. I'm gonna be doing the walk again, see what happens. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 1, 2, 3. See how this thing is responding. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So unfortunately I can't hear when the audio is gonna drop out. So I'm gonna be around this van here. So even if I'm not speaking, you should be able to hear the audio dropouts. So shouldn't be a big deal. I don't have to keep speaking at the same, all the time. So from here, it's pretty much an acceptable distance for me. All right, so right now I'm on channel 7. I'm gonna do the same exact thing, see what happens. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna measure this thing here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. So the range that they were saying here is about 100 meters. So I'm not gonna even bother going over there because I know it's not gonna do it. So I'm gonna go back. As long as I don't have any audio dropout with this distance, I'm good to go. Now the Sony, I can go all the way to the last house over there. It's not gonna do a single hitch. So, and I also tried that with a big coat, cell phone on, and all kinds of stuff. That transmitter is awesome. But this one here, I think if you film something about this distance or something like, like over here, I think this should be the size of a big church around here. As long as, this is inside the groom's pocket or, like here, right? And as long as he doesn't, when he does this, hopefully the sound is not gonna drop out. So if I have this distance over here, that's pretty good. But over there with the 100 meters, it's not gonna do anything. So after this test, I came to the conclusion that I cannot risk using this system on my weddings or my other events, especially if I'm mixing the Saramonic with another Sony or Sennheiser on a mixer or on my camera. I cannot trust this unit. You already saw that you'll never know when the audio is going to drop out, if it is 20 meters away, in feet, like, 45 feet away or 100 feet away or even 20 feet away. As soon as somebody puts this thing on a pocket and turn this way or whatever, you hear the I cannot have this on my video. So I'm gonna keep this just to do like a regular interview, something that's like, in the same room, a bunch of actors or a bunch of other talents, So other than that, I will not mic a groom with this or a priest or anything else on the stage, not with this guy. So this is my conclusion of the video. So I would recommend that you buy this if you are a beginner, but in the stage of my career, because the clients that I have, I cannot afford to have the slightest audio imperfection or dropout or whatever the heck that is on my production. But I'm still keeping this. It's fun to use. I'm gonna keep it around this distance over here. So I'm comfortable between the camera and this mailbox here. And I'm gonna be blocking the antenna a little to see what happens. And then take it out. So that's pretty much how I'm gonna use the Saramonic on my production. Other than that, forget it. All right, as a last test, I let the unit find the frequency for me. I'm on channel 8, 517.430 megahertz, group A. I'm gonna put this on my pocket again. This time I'm gonna be just doing a walk in silence. If you hear anything, I don't need to be speaking, so here you go. Hi.